Hi, and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Show. I'm Matt Lee. I hope everyone's keeping well out there and you haven't been too busy over this weekend. You've enjoyed it actually. It wasn't too bad yesterday, bit nippy in the air, wasn't it? But hey ho, the sun was shining. It looked like a summer's day. The sky was blue and it made you feel that little bit of warmth. It was okay when you were in the sun, but it wasn't when you were out the sun. But it was still cold. And that's what we expect, I suppose, at this time of year. Well, I hope you're all planned for grassroots football. We're through another Sunday, another weekend. We're a step closer towards the return. And I'm sure there's an announcement this week, maybe from the FA and the government, we await it anyway, regarding what's the restrictions when grassroots football returns. We all need to know that, don't we? Not too sure about the referees because there was no restrictions on them last time. They could travel. They were okay to travel outside the area, but that is a main one. We're all looking whether you're allowed to travel out of the area when you're playing football, especially with the season just started, or they're just going to concentrate on getting leagues finished. I know it's an extension up till the end of June. I don't think it'll go any further than that because it is a winter league, and then we're going into the summer leagues, aren't we? I know you managers will play every day, every week, if you possibly could, but I suppose you have to draw the line somewhere and take it in stages. We've just got to wait to see what the announcement is and whether we all like it, because I'm sure social media will suddenly come to life yet again regarding grassroots football. Well, welcome to our viewers on DXTL TV and also on our WordPress podcast site, where people can just hear me, and they're all over the world. So a very good evening, good day, good morning, wherever you may be in the rest of the world. Welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show with DXTL. Okay, I found this before, and do you know what? I keep forgetting all the time that we do have a song, and I bet you many of you out there have not listened to it on YouTube. Wrote a song, Nikase Kanga, with two of us done it, and Nikase was the singer. And we put the song together and we recorded it. Fantastic. It was great for grassroots football, respect, bullying, everything to do with grassroots football itself. And we filmed that at the Jeffrey Humble ground with young Finn smashing a little referee, and probably a good actor as well, because he was very, very good on the day with all the kids and the parents as well. But tune into it, and it's called Football Emotions. Now you've got to look at that one. And it's by Nikase, by the way, so sometimes there's other football emotions you can't find it, but you'll see Nikase is an African singer, come to us, and it was brilliant to put it together, and we enjoyed it very, very, especially in the studio. I enjoyed that. I had some earphones on, had a little go on the microphone. No, we didn't sing the song. And I make a very, very special appearance, so have a little look on that one, see if you can find me. But the parents were fantastic, everyone who come together and made a difference, just to get the message across about respect towards the referee and what we should be behaving like on the touchlines. Now, we know parents can get out of order, even managers themselves, shouting verbal abuse and showing aggressive behaviour. We need to stop all that. We don't want any bullying whatsoever. And now we're talking about bullying because we know it's rife online through this lockdown, and these are young teenagers having a go at the friends, so-called friends, in the schools, and putting up posts on social media that the whole world can see. Not good. Racism in there, and I'm sure the authorities will certainly act, but they're only teenagers, so they should know better, yes. But what action can be taken? But we need to get the awareness out there, and we're going to be doing a lot on that, on the bullying side of things, because a lot of referees are bullies out there, young referees as well. When the grassroots football returns, we know that there'll be irate parents, spectators rearing to go and start shouting and screaming at every whistle blow that the referee does, because it's all wrong according to them. It should be just about their team winning, and any decisions made should be for their team only. They don't realise that the referee has a job to do to make the game flow better, and obviously we all know that referees do make mistakes. They admit it themselves, we all know it. But we shouldn't capitalise on that. We should not start threatening them, bullying them regarding what they've done. They cost you a game, they cost you a point. You know, it's always the referee's fault, and we need to take that away from grassroots football. And that's what we've been doing since 2003, trying to do that and make respect that better place to be, because it's all about the referee. Without the referee, we know there isn't a game. You put a manager in there and they don't like it whatsoever. The referee comes within their uniforms, and it is great to see. They wear the uniforms, the kids wear the kits, and managers are just wearing tracksuits or something. It doesn't look right. It really doesn't. So they look the part, and they act the part as well, you know, and they've only learnt, and most of these are kids who haven't long done their referees course. And you could say they're in there for the money, most of the kids are. We just want to see if referees want to develop. That'd be a good thing, because I suppose if referees are all coming in, young kids, and they're only going in there to do a weekly job, to get money for their holidays and what have you, and they don't want to develop, where is that going to leave us in the future with referees? Think about that one. So I'm sure the county FAs will have these referees in and have a little chat to them and find out exactly what their view is on developing themselves, their skills, and if they want to go further. But many of them, young teenage referees, will be going to college, universities, and studying elsewhere on other things, so they may just walk away from it when the pressure gets onto them to develop their skills. We don't know. It's entirely up to those referees. Anyway, that is down to the county FAs. People have been asking me about the referees course as well, and I'm sure it's in March. I'll chase the FA up to find out for you, and I'll come right back to you. There's a new course going online for the referees. Don't forget, we didn't have many referees on the lockdown because no young referees were coming through because of the lockdown, and there was no courses going ahead. So I'm sure there's plenty online as well. There's a lot of people wanting to get into refereeing as well, and experienced people, by the way, not just the youngsters. Yes, so download that and have a little listen to it, and I want your feedback. mal@don'ttexttheline.com. It's Football Emotions. It's dead simple, and it's on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and all good music stores. I don't think we sold any really, maybe 10 or something like that. But it's something that we need to portray, get the message across. Even me, part of it, I tend to forget about it because we're doing that many things, that many projects. Makes you forget sometimes, but I'm going to try and make sure and make a point of this all the time, especially when it comes to our young commentators, and they can have a little watch and find out what we're all about. And I'll see Dan see if we can download the song for them as well, because it's very important, and the message the song portrays in there tells you everything about not just grassroots football, but even professional football as well, because it happens there, doesn't it? From the terraces, from the stands, towards our referees. And we only cast our mind back not so long ago with Mike Dean, who had death threats, which is frightening for a referee over decisions, and that's without the fans there. Makes you wonder what it is. These referees, we don't want to scare them away, we want to encourage them to come to the games. So whenever you're out and about, on your touchlines, watching the kids play football, remember, loads of respect and respect towards our referees, because without them, we won't have a game. And we're portraying respect because it's Respect Awareness Month, and grassroots football will be back. So we don't know whether our awards will go, because it just has not given us much time to see the referees in action, to see the teams in action. It's been stop-start, and we just ain't got out there and watched. It's just been very, very, how do you say it, very eerie when it goes to grassroots football. When the parents, remember when the parents were banned and they were standing in trees and behind goals, and just to watch the kids play football, that was horrible. That it wasn't really, really nice. Keeping parents away from the kids, when the kids sometimes love the parents watching, and some of the kids were saying it was great without them. And referees, I must admit, but some referees also were under the opinion that it wasn't good without the parents because they liked the atmosphere. So it's everyone to their own, isn't it? So we all know, grassroots football family, it is coming back on the 29th of March. In what form, we'll find out this week. No doubt, as I say, social media will explode. There'll be a lot of people who won't agree with them, there'll be a lot of people who will agree with them. And all we can say is, we'll try our very, very best to get this tournament on. The tournament is in Ellesmere Port in Whitby, just by Cheshire Oaks, not far away. Turnmite at Cheshire Oaks, a little bit further up, and you can't miss it. Whitby five-a-side sports centre, and you'll see our pitches there. We have 4 five-a-side pitches. We're going to be doing 6-a-side games for the kids, 8 minutes each game, but there will be in between, because there'll be breaks because of COVID. and we're under real restrictions, aren't we? So we're trying to make sure there's a format which everyone can follow and be safe. And bring your masks as well when you come to the tournament, because if there is indoors there like the toilet, you will need your mask indoors. Remember that one, because COVID has not gone away, regardless of all you're having your injections. Like myself, it's still there, and you saw the Rangers fans yesterday, they just couldn't wait to explode and get out, because it's something they haven't done at all, have they, for many years. And Steven Gerrard, well done, good luck to him. He's gone out there. That slip now has come back to haunt a lot of Chelsea fans. I suppose you'd never won the league. Well, look at this now. He's gone as a manager, okay as a player, but look what he's done. And that myth can be put to bed for him, because he's done wonders there at Rangers. And all talk about Klopp going and Gerrard coming in. No. Another few years for Stevie G, and he'd agree there as well. And a few more years for Jurgen Klopp, please. That's what we want. Anyway, we all play today, so whatever if your teams have played and you haven't played just yet, and I think Everton play tomorrow, then good luck to each and every one of you. I still cannot get into the game because I do know that the fans aren't there. And do you know what? I know it was wrong watching those Rangers fans yesterday because of what's going on in COVID. And it just gave you that oomph back, didn't it? When you saw the fans, it was amazing. We haven't seen that for quite some time, and the players, it must have lifted them tenfold to see the fans there and celebrate something different. But come on, Boris, when is it going to happen? They're talking May. In the cup finals you could see fans there. How many? We're not sure, but it's all changed. It's all getting changed around. It's not what it was, grassroots football, professional football, and the world's not what it was as a place either, because even holidays, I'm even contemplating cancelling my holiday because I don't know what to expect and putting it on until next year, because I don't know, I've lost the heart in holidays as well as to what's gone on, because these are other countries, you don't know what rules, regulations, laws they have about COVID and what you're going to be expected to do. It may not be an enjoyable holiday, and I'm talking to quite a few people who are wanting to cancel them themselves, but they're waiting on the travel companies to cancel it for them. And you know what they're like. If they can get away with the money, they'll get away with the money. Even now, up till 7 days before, you can receive a cancellation. Look at us last year. It was, I think, the day before. The day before they cancelled for us going to Turkey. That was unreal. I couldn't believe that one. Because they're trying to keep as much money in their pockets as they possibly can. It's not understandable whatsoever. It's your money, and they're trying to hold on to deposits and full amounts of money. And if you cancel, they're rubbing their hands, they're quids in. So, I don't know what you're going to be doing about your holidays, and any feedback that you can give us regarding the song, Football Emotions, find it, have a listen to it, give us your feedback, mal@don'ttexttheline.com, add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. And we can all talk respect as well, because when grassroots football comes back, we'll be having interviews with the referees, with all the players, the coaches, the committees, and obviously it'll all be COVID. What have you done through it? Well, we try and take that away, and we'll try and have some more positive thinking. And what did you think about the kids playing football today? That is what we want to try and get the message across and see who's happy. The kids are smiling. You won't see them if they're all wearing masks anymore. So, hey ho, grassroots football is returning. Everyone's starting to get excited. The weather is going to be wet and cold next week, so I've heard, but it's March. Then we have our run in April. Hopefully it will be on. You may have seen me posts where I aggravated the injury very much so yesterday, and I failed my first run, shall I say, because it was over 5 miles. Even the app didn't work, didn't get it right. I was over 5 miles, and then I had to pull up promptly because the pain was getting a little bit too much for me, and it was a slow, painful walk back home. And I didn't do my 10 miles. I had it in my head to do the 10 miles. Yeah, 5.5 miles is good enough, I know that. But I was a little bit disappointed, and I couldn't kick a can because it was too painful. You know, when you're frustrated and something's going wrong, and through your head you're thinking, will I be allowed to do this run? When I see my surgeon, what will he say? I don't know. But it remains, and I should receive a letter this week, and hopefully I'll go in, see them, get it sorted, and get myself super fit for this run. And I know there's another two struggling, Billy and Paul. Billy with a foot injury, I think he goes under the surgeon this week. He's touch and go whether he's going to be available for the run. And we've got Paul with a bit of a trapped nerve as well, and he's getting treatment for it, but he's been told he could be fine for it. But it all depends how the bodies react, doesn't it? Now that could be three of us at the moment. And all we want to do is get this run over and done with, because I know I'm annoying the family so much, putting posts out, and it must be horrible, you know, because I didn't expect it to prolong this much, and that is due to COVID, as we all know. And I just want to get the run out the way so I can leave the family alone in peace. They don't want to be seeing me all the time. They want to say bye to me, I know that, and I can just only try and do this run as quickly as I possibly can and try and raise as much funds for the family, or for Emily, as I possibly can as well, because it was a promise. It wasn't the family's fault that I decided to do a run. They didn't even contemplate thinking about a run. I just put it in because pubs and everything else were closed, and there was nothing we could actually do. You could do a raffle online, but then people get fed up with it. Like, people are getting fed up, and the family are getting fed up with seeing me on social media. I can tell, I know that for a fact, and I understand that. And they want rid of me as quickly as they possibly can, and I'll do that. I'll get rid of myself as soon as I've secured this run and the money for Emily. That'll work, that'll happen, I promise you. Okay, we've got just over 3 minutes to go for the rest of the show. You can see I'm a bit tired and a bit withdrawn at the moment because of carrying this injury. It is getting a little bit sore, and I do know the surgeon is probably just going to say no, and it's going to devastate me when I hear that news, because I was ecstatic, as you all know, when the doctor said carry on doing your running. Obviously, if the pain gets so worse, you've just got to get back into A&E, and we need to get that sorted ASAP. But it's starting to affect a little bit more. Maybe I had the strapping on wrong and it caused pain. I don't know. I'll see how it goes over the next couple of days. I don't want to rest that much. I don't want the legs to start getting heavy. I've worked for 7 months to try and stretch the legs, get them eased, get them running, get them moving, get the body fit, lose the weight, and I felt great about it. And then something jumps in like this and kicks you right back to whatever you're coming from. It does. It's not about my ego, this run, not at all, not in a million years. And I will be writing for the local paper, because I promised the editor Ken that I'll give him a bit of a story, because he's asked, he knows, and he wants to put the story out there because he feels it's right, that people should know. The closest know, yes they do, obviously. Plenty of you out there don't, and it's not about my ego doing this run or putting promotion onto Don't Cross the Line or the Respect campaign, getting us noticed. It's not. It's an achievement that I want to do, and it's an achievement that I want to do whilst raising money for someone to make their life that little bit better and pain free. That's all I want to do, not about my ego. And hopefully when I print this story, or the editor prints the story, that will tell you a little bit more about me, and you'll have a better understanding about me and who I am, what I've done and where I've been, and it's simple as that. So if you are close to me and you don't know what I'm talking about, then please don't ask me, you will read about it, but I've got to do the run first before that story gets printed. So there you go. Anyway, it looks like we're coming to the very end of another weekend from the Grassroots Weekender show, and we want to start trying to put things together for all the kids when it comes to young commentators, because we hope to have them in the studio. So that's another announcement that we're looking for when it comes to the Grassroots Weekender show and young commentators. And the kids are starting to love it, we're starting to love it, and we're starting to make sure that everyone else enjoys it. And I hope you out there have enjoyed the show over the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and I hope you tune in on Friday coming at 7 p.m. So we're going to end the show there. Put your feet up, relax. I hope your team's done the favours for you in the Premier League. Something to watch, isn't it, I suppose, while you're all waiting for Grassroots to return it. But it won't be long, I assure you. And if you haven't put your name down for our tournament and you're under 10s, girls and boys, It's going to be Good Friday for the boys, Easter Monday for the girls. Inclusion.dxtl@gmail.com. Inclusion.dxtl@gmail.com. Get in there straight away, book your place, you'll enjoy it, have a lovely time, and there'll be COVID restrictions in place. We all know that. Why? Because we all want to be safe and keep you safe. So in the meantime, put your feet up, relax, and you keep safe as well. We'll see you next Friday at 7 p.m, if not before. Myself, Mal Lane, all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme. Have a great evening. Relax, stay safe. Good night, God bless.